Socially fluent people Reddit. What are some mistakes you see socially awkward people making? Not reading when people are ready to go. If they are inching away, heading towards the exit, they are just trying to be polite and stay engaged in the conversation, but want/need to head out. Or when the conversation had moved on. I can't tell you how often I feel like I have something to say but the conversation flows in a different direction and I watch the train leave the station. Oh well. I just wait for the next train to roll through. Chasing after the train grinds everything to a halt. Simply hang back and wait for the next one. You'll have your time to shine. I don't know how metaphorical this is or if you often have to leave a conversation while at the subway station. Some people will talk about themselves and nothing else. The trick is to get other people to do that. Imagine two awkward people trying to achieve this goal simultaneously. I think I've been a part of this conversation before. Many people find complaining and pointing out negative things as the easiest methods of conversation, but it's not a great way to make a good impression or connect with people. You'll just be seen as a walking buzzkill. Reminds me of Franz Ferdinand with "To bump into you accidentally, I charm you and tell you. Of the boys I hate, all the girls I hate, all the words I hate. All the clothes I hate, how I'll never be anything I hate. You smile, mention something that you like. Oh, you mean the band. No, the Archduke of Austria made some pretty sweet popular music between 1907 and 1914, it was all the rage with the Habsburgs. He was touring Sarajevo at the time he was assassinated by a crazed fan. Ask questions rather than give the input about your own life. Someone starts talking about their dog? Ask some questions. Don't automatically go into a tirade about your dog. Letting someone else do the talking means you have to talk less, and questions make you more attentive. Yeah, but I feel like people or overcompensate for this and it ends up an interrogation. Agreed. In the best conversations both parties are equal parts asker and answerer. If you're talking to someone who doesn't get this, it's probably not going to be a great conversation. I see a lot of socially awkward people that are so preoccupied with trying to find a way to continue the conversation that they fail to either listen to the person while they're talking or they miss an obvious opportunity to continue the conversation. Yay, it's hard to mentally function in the extreme conditions of a potential anxiety attack. I'm not dissing. I'm just saying what it looks like from my perspective. I completely understand how social anxiety can incapacitate someone. I'm sorry if this came across as rude. I own and operate a small video game store. Many times I witness awkward, or worse, conversations between customers and will normally watch from afar to make sure everyone involved is comfortable. Two things I see on a daily basis. A socially challenged customer strikes up an intense conversation with a normal customer. The normal customer might make a comment about a game or series and almost immediately the other very enthusiastically and aggressively will begin gushing over the subject. Most of the time the normal customer will nod their head in agreement and their words will get more and more quiet and detached as they slowly make more space between the talker. This is where I normally step in and give the listener some breathing room. Two socially challenged folks start to enthusiastically and loudly begin to discuss a shared interest. Many times this becomes a pissing contest about who knows more information. These conversations either end in lifelong friendships or bitter rivalries. It's like watching two people shoot Roman candles at each other at close range. There are many other scenarios I get to see every day, but these are the most popular. I am very happy when people form friendships at my shop. Is it not normal to try to make friends with someone by telling them why they're wrong about our shared passion? No, that's stupid. Wanna hang out sometime? No, you're stupid. I'm free Friday. Have you seen Endgame? Don't overcommit, be casual. If no one reacts to your witty comment, drop it. If your advice is falling on deaf ears, drop it. Just roll with the punches, yo. The harder you try, the easier it is for someone to tell that you are trying hard. Relaxed conversation is inviting and attractive for most people. Oh yeah, and no one owes you anything. They are all as focused on themselves as you are. Being independent and moving forward past anything helps. One thing I learned is don't repeat yourself. You know those times you make a joke and no one acknowledges it? Maybe they heard you and thought it wasn't funny or maybe they didn't hear you. Either way, at least you enjoyed the joke, and oftentimes repeating it doesn't get the reaction you hope for. For sure. I catch myself on this one all the time, repeating is like a reflex but you just have to back off. The joke is for the joker anyway. Anyone else who laughs is just a bonus. Don't highlight your flaws. If you make a mistake, say something awkward or just have a bad sit, don't draw everyone's attention to it. They probably didn't notice. This actually reminds me of when a girl in my class had to present a project in front of the class. She was nervous and was making mistakes with her words, and rather than moving on and just repeating the sentence over again, she would shout blah and stick her tongue out. This happened many times, and it just always made it way more obvious that she had messed up. So many people in my class do this, it just makes it more awkward. I want them to stop, but at the same time I feel their pain wanting to call out their mistakes in an amusing way. It's just that it's cringy and I wish I knew a better way to do this. I almost entirely got over my fear of presenting by saying everyone else doesn't give a shit, you just have to stand up there and drone for 5 minutes. No one will remember or care. Yeah, one of my teachers said, "Do you remember anything that happened last time we had presentations?" No? Exactly, that really put into perspective how little anyone cares and how 90% of people are too stressed out to even remember what anyone has said. This made me realize I'm the socially awkward one. Fuck. This made me realize I'm more socially aware than I thought. I'm socially aware enough, but I'm too inept to apply that awareness in any meaningful or helpful way. Yeah, that's the kicker. I know this shit's weird, but I can't help doing it.